the Devi Mahatamyam Parayan. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Om Shri Saraswataya Namaha, Om Shri Guru Datatre Namaha, Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Wishing you all a very happy Vijayadashmi, Durga Puja, and the completion of today is the Devi Mahatamyam Parayan. So we begin today with the Devi Sukta. In the 13th chapter, it is said that the king and the Vaishya, in order to see the mother face to face, did tapas, reciting the great Devi Sukta, Devi Suktam Param Japam, which is the Devi Sukta referred to. Some would hold that the Lord in the 5th chapter, commencing Namo Devye Mahadevye, is the Devi Sukta. But it is the considered opinion of many that the famous Devi Sukta in the Rig Veda is the one referred to here. The Vedas are held as the authority, and always an attempt is made to trace all the spiritual practices and religious rituals prevalent to the primary source of the Vedas. The Tantra pursues the Vedic teachings perhaps from a different angle altogether, but it always holds the Veda in great respect, considering the unique place occupied by this text, Shaptashati, in Tantric literature and its occult practices. It is quite natural to seek for something explicit or implicit in the Vedic wisdom, setting its seal of approval on this sadhana. It is true that the story, ritual, or mode of worship mentioned in Saptashati does not find a place in Rig Veda. But if we study carefully the Devi Sukta, the 125th hymn in the 10th mandala of the Rig Veda, and dwell into its thought, we find that for the first time, the glory of the goddess Devi Mahatamyam is delineated here. Thought, spirit, and mantra force vie with one another, squandering the wealth of the divine afflatus through the words of Ambrin Vak. The seer of the hymn is a Rishika, the daughter of Ambrana, and her name itself is Vak. She expresses the divine glory revealed to her through the inspired word in the form of this hymn. There are many hymns in the 10th mandala where the name of the seer and the name of the deity he sees are one and the same. The reason is that the seer is one with the Godhead he sees in himself completely identified, and as a result, the name of the Godhead becomes also his name. Likewise, in this hymn, the name of the Rishika and the name of the deity are one and the same. Viz Vak, because the daughter of Ambrana realizes in her the creative word, the primary nada, the Parashakti of the Tantra, becomes that and expresses herself through this hymn. It will be more correct to say that the female energy of the Supreme Godhead, Paradevata, realizing herself in or choosing the embodiment of Vak Ambrini, utters the word, the mantra. Even a cursory reading of the hymn will bring home to the reader the glory of the goddess. In the Devi Mahatamyam, Mahalakshmi is mentioned as the primordial Prakriti, made up of the three qualities, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, and from her manifests Mahakali and Mahasaraswati. This will be clear when one reads the Rahasya Traya. The middle episode describes how this Mahalakshmi came into being. Though she is the prime mover, the Shaktis of all the gods joined together to make her as the Parashakti. This important concept of Devi Mahatmyam is portrayed in the phrase Tam Ma Deva Vyadadud in the 3rd rik of the Devi Sukta. The immanent form of the goddess, described in a series of verses beginning with Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu, is explained in the 4th rik Maya So Annam Ati. In the declaration of Vak in the 5th rik, it is said that whomsoever she loves, she makes him mighty, him a Brahman, him a Rishi, him a man of pure understanding. Can it be an accidental coincidence that it is Rishi Sumedha who narrates the glory of the goddess to the monarch and the merchant the cardinal doctrine of the Saptashati, that the goddess takes birth to protect the worlds and slay the wicked, we find already proclaimed in the 6th Rik of Devi Sukta. The universal and the transcendental form of the Divine Mother is expressed in the last line. What is thus expressed directly in the Veda, portrayed with epic grandeur in the striking verses of Saptashati. The tread of her feet bent the earth low, the top of her crown scraped the welkin high. With a twang of her bowstring, she shook the entire netherworld, and with 1,000 arms, she stood covering all the quarters. Thus, we find a close correlation between the sum and substance of Devi Mahatamyam and the Devi Sukta in the Rig Veda. And on the strength of the phrase Devi Suktam Param Japan, found in the 13th chapter, we can conclude that the recital of Devi Suktam in the Rig Veda has been a part of Chandi worship, and the Vedic basis of Devi Mahatmyam has to be found in this Devi Sukta of Vak Ambrini. So with that, next we begin Devi Suktam. I walk with the Vasus and Rudras, with Adityas, as also with the all gods. Vishwadeva, Mitra and Varuna, both I hold aloft. Even so, Indra and Agni, I do, and the Ashwini twins. I uphold and cherish the Soma that is to be pressed out for the delight of the gods, and am the supporter of the divine sculptor Twastri and of Bhaga and Pushna. I hold the wealth for the sacrificer who reaches to the gods the pleasing offerings of Soma and Havis. The queen, I am the dispenser of wealth. Conscious, I am the first among the gods for whom sacrifices is meant. Such am I, the one, and the gods have found me established in many, permeating and taking possession of the manifold existence. It is by me, by the sole power, that one eats his food, sees, breathes, and hears what is said. They that ignore me with their thought, not turn to me, run to ruin. Here I declare to thee the truth of faith. Hearken. Oh, of my own accord, I announce this truth, which the gods as well as men strive to reach. Whomsoever I love, I make them mighty. Him a Brahman, him a Rishi, him a man of pure understanding. For Rudra, I stretch the bow. For the destruction of the tyrant, of the Veda hater, on the people I bestow equal joy in battle, and I have permeated heaven and earth. I gave birth to the Father, that is heaven, at the summit of this creation earth. My origin is in the waters, in the inner ocean. Hence, I extend pervading all the worlds. And yonder heaven, I closely touch and penetrate with the showering and flowing body of mine. Like the winds, I blow vehemently myself, commencing all the worlds, far beyond the heavens, far beneath the earth. So vast by my largeness, I have become. Now we begin the triple secret. The sage Medhas imparts the secret of worship of the goddess to the king and the merchant. This is described in the triple secrets, that is Rahasya Traya. The first secret deals with the process of creation. It is the secret about the Mula Prakriti, who is the cause of creation. In the language of Sankhyas, the Mula Prakriti is the important one. Pradhana, hence the name Pradhanika Rahasya for the first secret. Creation takes place because of the existence of the qualities of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Mahalakshmi is the first one existing, pervading everything and containing in her these three gunas. When the desire for creation appears, the quality Rajas necessary for doing action predominates in her. There is a movement, a throb amongst the three qualities, which were hitherto in equilibrium. From the quality Tamas manifested Mahakali, and from the quality Sattva manifested Mahasaraswati. In the picturesque language of the Tantra, it is said that Mahalakshmi bears on her head the serpent, Linga and Yoni Nagam, The serpent is the symbol for time and linga, and yoni denote the male and female principles. The supreme beyond time and beyond sex limited itself by time and took upon it the male and female principles for the purpose of creation. These three Mahashaktis independently created each a pair of male and female. Mahalakshmi created Lakshmi, and Brahma, Mahakali brought forth Shiva and Saraswati, and Mahasaraswati, Vishnu and Gauri. It will now be abundantly clear that the Mahakali, Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati of the Shaptashati are not the popular Gauri, Lakshmi and Saraswati, but powers infinitely superior to them. So in popular parlance, Lakshmi became Brahma's sister and shared the common characteristics of a lotus feet. Saraswati became Shiva's sister, both the repositories and givers of true knowledge. Parvati became Vishnu's sister, which fact has become famous through the Puranas, which are known as Bhagavata in both the cases. For the purpose of creation, these three pairs became a different set of couples. Brahma took Saraswati as his consort, Vishnu Lakshmi and Shiva Parvati, and respectively presided over the creation, preservation and destruction of the universe. This is the first secret. In the second secret is described how the Godhead beyond change subjected itself to change, how the Mula Prakriti became Vikriti. Hence the name Vaikritika Rahasya to the second secret. The primordial Shakti Mahalakshmi manifested from the bodies of all the gods and became Ama's Parashakti for carrying out the destruction of Mahishasura. From her, who has 18 hands, manifest Mahakali of the 10 hands and Mahasaraswati of the 8 hands. Mahakali manifested to kill Madhu and Kaitab, while Mahasaraswati was the godhead that appeared to vanquish Shumba and Nishumba and others. The second secret describes in detail the mode of worshipping these three deities. In the third secret, Murti Rahasya, the incarnations, the avatara murtis of the goddess are mentioned. In the 11th chapter of the text of the goddess, in the 11th chapter of the text, the goddess herself proclaims her future incarnations on earth for the purpose of destroying the wicked and re-establishing the divine law on earth, that is, establishing dharma. Murti Rahasya deals in brief with the mode of worship of these great incarnations. Nandaja, Rakta Dantika, Shakambari, Satakshi, Durga, Bhima and Brahmari. So now we begin with Pradhanika Rahasya. For the three secrets, the seers are Brahma, Vishnu and Rudra. The deities are Mahakali, Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati. Mahalakshmi, Navadurga, is the seed and Shrim is the force. The king said, "Sire, you have mentioned to me about the manifestations of Chandika. Knower of Brahman, please oblige by telling me about their nature and importance. Which of the deities have I to worship? In what form? With what ritual? O twice born, I have bowed to you. Tell me all the facts." The sage said, "This is a great secret. It is said that it should not be mentioned, but you are devoted to me, O Lord of men, and there is nothing that I cannot mention to you. Mahalakshmi is the first and foremost of all, supreme sovereign. She is of the three qualities. All the manifested and unmanifested are her form. Pervading in entirety, she stands. She holds the pomegranate, mace, shield, and the drinking vessel. O king, she bears on her head the serpent, the male and the female principles. Her complexion is that of melted gold, and her ornaments too, made of melted gold. She filled all the void with her light. The supreme sovereign, seeing the entire world a void, bore another form by mere tamas. The form became a woman of slender waist and expansive eyes. Her shapely mouth was marked by fangs, and she shone like cut collyrium. Her 4 hands were adorned with the sword, the drinking vessel, the head, and the shield. In her breast, she wore a garland of headless trunks, and in her head a string of heads. Mahalakshmi said to that superb woman, predominant in Tamas, I shall give you your names and your field of action. Mahamaya, Mahakali, great death, hunger, thirst, sleep, hankering, the soul warrior, dark night, the impassable. These are your names indicated by your actions. One who studies your actions, knowing them from these names, attains happiness. O king, having said this to her, Mahalakshmi took another form of moonlight luster through the very pure quality known as sattva, which is full of goodness alone. The form became a nice lady, holding the garland of beads and gold and carrying in her hands the book and the veena. To her as well she gave the names. Great knowledge, great Vani, Bharati, Vak, Saraswati, Arya, Brahma's consort, the cow yielding all desires, one who carries in her womb the Veda and the sovereign lady of the gods. Then Mahalakshmi said to Mahakali and Mahasaraswati, you two goddesses, please produce twins according to your own nature. Telling them thus, Mahalakshmi herself produced twins, a male and a female, seated on the lotus, both beautiful, and they were delivered out of the golden womb. The mother accosted the male, O Brahma, fate, Virinchi, ordainer, and she addressed the female, O Shri Padma, Kamala, Lakshmi. Mahakali and Mahasaraswati produced together twins. I shall tell you their names and forms. Mahakali produced a male of blue neck, red arm, white limb, having the moon in the crest, and she also produced a white female. He is Rudra, the doer of good, the unchanging fixed one, the three-eyed with the matted hair, Kaprada. That female is knowledge. The three Vedas, the cow fulfilling all wants, language, swara, and immutable letter. Mahasaraswati produced a female of golden yellow color and a male of dark complexion. I shall tell you their names as well, O king. Vishnu, Krishna, the dark one, the lord of the senses, Vasudeva, Janardana, Uma, Gauri, Sati, Chandi, Sundari, Shubhaga, Shiva. Thus the ladies instantaneously attained manhood. Those who have eyes will see. The rest of the people will not know about it. And that is called grace and your bhakti. Bhakti is your devotion. Shraddha and bhakti, faith and devotion. O king, Mahalakshmi gave Saraswati in the form of three Vedas as wife to Brahma, Gauri, the giver of the best, to Rudra, and Lakshmi to Vasudev. Brahma united with Saraswati in the form of sound and created the cosmos. The valorous Lord Rudra joined with Gauri and broke it. O king, in the middle of the cosmos sprang up resultant actions like Mula Prakriti and all this universe of mobile and immobile objects composed of the great elements. Vishnu nourished and protected that along with Lakshmi. O king, thus the goddess of all the gods, Mahalakshmi, had no birth and no form. She is also with form and bears varied names. She has to be proved by other names, and yet by no other name can she be proved. So next we begin with Vaikritika Rahasya. The sage said, the goddess who is triply classified as one composed of the three gunas, the one predominant in tamas and the one predominant in sattva, is mentioned as Sarva, Chandika, Durga, Bhadra, and Bhagavati. The one whom Brahma of the lotus seat praised for the purpose of destroying Madhu and Kaitaba, she is said to be Vishnu's superconscient sleep, Mahakali, in whom tamas predominates. She has 10 faces, 10 arms, 10 feet, and has the luster of collyrium. She shines with her 30 large eyes knit like a garland. Protector of the world, though she is terrible in appearance, with her glittering teeth and fangs, she is the mainstay of the great opulence of beauty, auspiciousness, and luster. She wields the sword, the shaft, the mace, the conch, the discus, and the sling. She bears also the iron club and the bow, and the head dripping with blood. She is the delusion of Vishnu, the impassible Mahakali. If worshipped, she will bring under the control of the worshipper all the mobile and immobile in the universe. The one who manifested out of the bodies of all the gods with immeasurable light, she is Mahalakshmi, containing the three gunas verily, the destroyer of Mahisha. Her face white, arms black, and the breasts extremely white. She has her lip red, her feet red, her shanks and thighs red. She is the form of supreme delight. Her lap is of varied hues. Her garment, ornament, smearing on the body, all are of various hues. She is full of luster, beauty, and auspiciousness. Though she is possessed of 1,000 arms, she should be worshipped as one with 18 arms. The weapons are now enumerated from the bottom-most right hand. The garland of beads, lotus, shaft, sword, thunderbolt, mace, discus, trident, battle axe, conch, bell, noose. The lance, staff, shield, bow, drinking vessel, water pot. With these weapons, her arms are adorned and her seat is on the lotus. O king, one who worships this Mahalakshmi, the goddess, come out of all the gods, he will become the master of all the worlds and the gods. The one who was born out of the body of Gauri, having as her base only the Sattva Guna, is verily Mahasaraswati, the slayer of Shumbhasura. Oh, the Lord of the earth, she wields in her 8 arms arrows, pestle, trident, discus, conch, bell, plowshare, and the bow. This is the goddess who crushed Nishumbha and killed the Asura Shumbha. If she is worshipped with devotion, she grants omniscience to the worshipper. O king, the forms of these embodiments have thus been told. Hear and know the worship of the world mother as well as of these embodiments distinctly. When Mahalakshmi is worshipped, you have to worship on her right and left Mahakali and Mahasaraswati. At the back of these three, the three couples. At the back, in the middle, Brahma with Saraswati. On the right, Rudra with Gauri. And on the left, Vishnu with Lakshmi. In the front, the three goddesses. In the front, in the middle, the 18 armed. To her left, the 10 faced. And on the right, the 8 armed. Mahalakshmi has to be worshipped as the important deity. O master of men, when this 18 armed one and on right and left, the 10 faced and the 8 armed are worshipped, Kala, time and Mrityu, death, have to be worshipped for mitigating all calamities. When the 8 armed, the slayer of Asura, Shumba, is worshipped, her 9 Shaktis have to be worshipped as well as Rudra and Vinayaka. Mahalakshmi should be worshipped with the Lord commencing Namo Devyai. In the worship of the 3 manifestations, the Lords mentioned in the 3 episode should relate to the respective manifestations. This destroyer of Mahisha of 18 arms has to be specially worshipped. She herself is called as Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, and Mahasaraswati. She is the great goddess of all the worlds, the dispenser of merit and sin. One who worships the destroyer of Mahisha becomes the Lord of the world. One should worship Chandika, endearing to the devotees, the sustainer and upholder of the worlds. By Argya, etc., by decking with ornaments, by sandal paste, flowers, by the best incense, lamps, by offerings of food containing various eatables, by offering of sacrifice steeped in blood, by flesh, by wine, by salutation, sipping of water, fragrant sandal. By offering tambula with camphor, with an attitude of devotion in all these acts, tambula means betel leaf and nut. In front of the goddess, on the left side, one should worship the great Asura, Mahisha, whose head have been severed by the goddess and who had attained union with her. In front, on the right, one should worship the vehicle of the goddess, the lion, which is no other than the whole mighty Dharma upholding and sustaining the mobile and the immobile. Then, with folded hands, one should offer prayers with these episodes. or by the middle episode alone, but not by any one of the other episodes. One should not stop recital in the middle of an episode. If he does so, it will be a chink in his armor, or else he should go round the deity with reverence, offer salutations, and with hands folded on the head pray to the world mother by means of the Lords. Again and again, without any lassitude, one should seek the pardon of the sustainer of the worlds. With each verse, he should offer in the fire oblations of rice cooked in milk, sesame, and ghee, that is clarified butter. Or with the verses of the Lords, he can offer the auspicious oblations to Chandika. He should withdraw into himself, concentrate, utter the words Namo Namaha, salutations, salutations, and worship the Devi. Controlled with folded hands, highly plastic with a surrendered attitude, he should impose his prana on his self and meditate on the goddess Chandika for quite a long time. He will become full of her. One who worships thus daily the supreme goddess experiences all enjoyments to his heart's content and attains union with the goddess. If one does not worship daily Chandika, endearing to the devotees, the supreme goddess reduces to ashes his merits and consumes him. Therefore, O king, worship as per the prescribed method, Chandika, the great goddess in all the worlds. You will get happiness. So now we begin with Murti Rahasya. The sage said, the goddess who is going to be born of Nanda with the name Nanda Bhagavati, if she is lauded, worshipped, contemplated upon, she will bring under the control of the worshipper the triple world. She whose complexion will be that of pure gold will be wearing garments of shining gold. She with the golden luster will be wearing ornaments of pure gold. Her forearms will be adorned by lotus, gold, noose, and conch. She is Lakshmi, Kamala, Indira, Shri, seated on the golden lotus. O spotless one, I mentioned a goddess named Raktadantika. Hear about her form, it will allay all fears. Her garment is red, her color is red, all the ornaments in her body are red, her weapons are red, her eyes are red, and her hair is red. She is terrible. She has sharp red nails, red teeth, and red fangs. But she will look after her devotee as a loving wife, her husband. Vast in her form, like the earth, her pair of breasts is like the mountain Meru, long, protruding, and very huge, exquisitely beautiful. Those hard, captivating breasts are oceans of the perfect bliss. With those yielding all wishes, she feeds her devotees. She bears the sword, the drinking vessel, the pestle, and the plowshare. She is known as the goddess Rakta Chamunda, the sovereign of yoga. What is yoga? Union with the divine Lord. By her is pervaded the entire world, the mobile and the immobile. One who worships her with devotion extends himself in the mobile and the immobile. As a woman would on her dear husband, the goddess waits on the one who constantly studies this Lord, describing the form of Rakta Dantika. Shakambari is blue in complexion, and her eyes are like the blue lotus, deep in her navel, and her slender abdomen is adorned by the three folds. Her breasts are pretty hard, even, lofty, round, fat, and dense. Her abode is in the lotus, a handful of arrows. A heap of victuals rich in flowers, tendrils, roots, fruits, etc. Having in it all the desired infinite variety of tastes and removing hunger, thirst, death, and old age. And a bow of glittering luster, all these the great goddess Shakambari bears. She herself is Satakshi, also known as Durga. If one lauds, contemplates upon, recites about, worships or salutes Shakambari, one gets speedily, in all possible ways, food and drink of undiminishing quantity. Bhima also is of blue complexion, a woman of large eyes and shining teeth and fangs. Her breasts are round, fat, and massive. She holds the saber, the little drum, and the bowl made of human skull. She is mentioned as Ekavira, the sole warrior. Kalaratri, the dark night. She is praised as the giver of desires. Brahmari is unassailable, encircled by light. Her splendor is of wonderful variety. She appears like a multicolored bee and is praised as Mahamari. O Lord of earth, thus are explained the embodiments of the world mother of the goddess Chandika. These are said to be verily Kamadhenus, the milk cows yielding all desires. This is the supreme secret, not to be told to anybody. Anybody means what? Anybody. Make by yourself a concentrated study of the explanations about these divine embodiments. The great secret of secrets, meditation on the goddess, has been imparted to you. So if an all-out effort is made, an all-fulfilling result will be achieved. As is your bhakti, so are the experiences. So it is all about love and devotion. So, and what do you need to have? Faith and surrender. So now, with the last one, we will be ending a prayer craving pardon. Day and night, I commit 1,000 mistakes. O Supreme Goddess, pardon them, considering that I am thy slave. I do not know how to invoke thy presence and how to revoke it. I do not know how to worship thee. Oh, pardon, O Supreme Goddess. O the Queen of Gods, let no shortcoming in mantra, ritual, or devotion vitiate the fullness of my worship to thee. If a man commits 100 faults but utters the invocation, O World Mother, the status he attains, even Brahma and other gods do not attain. I am full of faults, O World Mother. I seek refuge in thee. Now I have to be pitied. Do as thou likest. Devi, pray, pardon my acts of omission and commission through ignorance, forgetfulness, or error. O Supreme Goddess, may thou be pleased. O the Lady of Love, prayer of the world, embodiment of truth, consciousness, bliss, pray accept with satisfaction this world. O Supreme Goddess, may thou be pleased. Devi, thou art the protector of the most occult secrets. Please accept the japa done by me. Great Goddess, let fulfillment come to me by thy grace. Yes. So, with that, we have completed the Devi Mahatamyam Parayan. So I hope you enjoyed this 9 days of beautiful recitation of this Devi Mahatamyam Parayan, understanding the glory of the Divine Mother. And I'm sure you have destroyed and killed all the asuras within you. So once again, thank you for joining the Devi Mahatamyam Parayan. Have a good day and good evening to you all. Wishing you all a very happy Durga Puja, Vijayadashmi, and today also marks the day of Sai Baba's Punyatithi. God bless. May we have all the grace of these gods and gurus so that we can attain God realization and live a God-pleasing life. Once again, happy Navratri. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.